Welcome to Dona's World Show. Today my special guest is Olga Fradlin, an interior designer who came all the way from Ukraine, and her story ends up in beautiful Florida. Let's hear the story. Hi, Olga.
Hi, Donna.
So, Olga, this show, the viewers already know, the show is about people who were moving from one country to another, pursuing the dreams, pursuing happiness, and achieving an American dream. Obviously, you achieved very much American dream, but it wasn't easy at the beginning. And this is the story that we want to tell to all the viewers, to everybody from the beginning. You were born where?
I was born in Western Ukraine, the city called Lviv. But my family lived in Moldova. Right now, it's actually not exactly Moldova. It's its own country. It's called Transnistria region. Not too many people know about it, but it's basically the country that doesn't exist. They do have their own government, which is a social government, socialistic. They do have their own money, but they do not exist on the map. They are part of Moldova.
I never heard of that story before. This is interesting.
And, I moved here in 1992 during active war. There was an active war in April of 1992. When I came here, I was 16. I came here by myself, but my sister lived in Baltimore, Maryland. So my parents made a choice to make sure that I'll stay alive. They basically sent me to US by myself. We already had all the documents ready to go, so we all had visas. It was a status of parolee because we were reuniting with my sister as a family. But I came here by myself, and then my mother with my grandparents came in 1995.
Yes, but I heard the story. I have to tell that to the viewers. When we were chit-chatting before the show, you mentioned something about mother and father. So father was born.
So my father yes, my father and my mother were both born in Ukraine. So I am Ukrainian by blood, but I also have my grandmother is half Russian, half Polish. So my great-grandmother was from Poland. My mother actually visited the city that my great-grandmother was from. But
parents met where?
But my parents met in Moldova. Yes, they both ended up in Moldova. And my father is actually from Donetsk region, where there is active war keeps on happening. And my mother is from Kharkov, which is also in active war situation right now. And but my grandmother was born in Kaluga, which is a Moscow region. So right now I have family in Western Ukraine, and I also have family in Moscow and Moscow region. So it's hard to manage because we're still a family. We're still a family, and as much as I want to help them, one of my nephews is on the active side of Russian army because there is nothing he can do. And yet we have relatives in Ukraine that unfortunately right now, I don't even know.
They're alive?
I hope they're alive because Lviv was not actively aimed like during the war. So I think, but I don't know if they switched the phone number, so I'm not sure exactly what is happening to them at the moment.
I hope that war will end soon, really.
I really hope that this year is going to be the last of it and we'll come to peace.
I know the feeling, I was born in Yugoslavia, so I had to survive almost the same, so I know the feeling. But let's talk about some other things. You moved to first of all, why United States? Why America?
Well, my sister immigrated here first. So I already had my sister with her husband. My niece was here. So I already had some kind of a ground in US. And for some reasons, ever since I was a little girl, I really knew that I'm gonna end up in US. Even during the Cold War back in 80s, it was kind of funny. As a gift, I got a dress that looked like American flag. So imagine during the Cold War in 1982,
wearing it,
wearing an American flag when the country is in hate,
yeah.
And we're all like, oh my God, Americans have this button that they can press, and we were in school, like they were training us how to run to the bomb shelters. We were making masks just in case there's going to be a chemical attack or atomic bomb explosion, nuclear, like the mask is going to help, seriously. But I was wearing a dress as an American flag, and I remember standing in line, and I got like so much hate, and people are like, "Go to your America! Like, why are you even here?"
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go someday."
Don't say twice.
Yes.
Bye bye. Yeah.
So for some reason, I always dreamed of Florida, even though we lived up north in Baltimore for 25 years before moving here. But I've always wanted to be in Florida.
So what were the first feeling when you moved? First few months, were you scared? Were you afraid? Did you even think of going back or anywhere else?
The first few months, I did cry a lot because I was 16. I was torn from my family, where I was my daddy's girl. He raised me as a little princess, even though it was far away. Like, I think just economically, because we didn't know what exists out there. So the family was. Like, we were not financially struggling, but yes, it's pretty normal back then to live from paycheck to paycheck.
Yes, absolutely.
Nobody had savings. Nobody.
Still the same.
Yes.
Still the same.
So it was. Yes, my parents were providing me with everything that But it was. We had uniform for school. We didn't have much.
We used to have.
But when I came to US, actually.
It was different.
It was completely different because
different
expectations.
Different expectations, yeah.
When you live in Europe, when you live in Moldova, the country is like forgotten. You know, nobody knows where geographically located. So it's basically just vineyards and the fields. But I was still living in the city. And when I came to we lived in suburbs of Baltimore. When I came to US, it was like a country. And I grew up in the city, even though there were not huge high-rises, but there were mid-rises, and I'm used to walking on the streets, and I'm used to walking to my art school. I walk to my school. We use public transportation. And then you become isolated in the suburbs, and it really looked like a countryside to me. And I did have a lot of nostalgic moments.
We all did,
And
we all been through that.
I did end up going to high school here, which is completely different experience from the school back in homeland.
No, we said the reason why you came here. We didn't talk about the moment when you actually fell in love in the United States and when you decided to stay here. The reason?
So one of the main reasons, I met my husband.
And the husband is from?
I met him a year after arriving here in 1993, and we have been ever since. So it's going to be 30? It's been 32 years together.
Bravo. Congratulations! Wow.
Actually, living together for 31 years. We married later on because we didn't have just funds. for the wedding. We didn't have a big wedding, but back in the day, we decided, okay,
It was love.
It was
Love on
love.
the
It
first
was
sight.
love
It
for
was
sure.
love.
And he told me 2 weeks after meeting me that he knows for sure that I'm going to be his wife.
Oh, this is so cute. I love those stories.
I thought it was very funny.
Well, it's not, obviously.
But
We're still together.
I guess he knew, yes, that he was talking about.
But he's also from Ukraine, right? And then
Correct. He is from Kiev.
Kiev.
And he moved here. He was 17 years old. And when I met him, he was turning 21 and I was turning 18. So we were very young. And
when you both moved here, did you hustle? Did you work all the jobs like everybody else? All of us?
Yes, my first job was a babysitter, $4.25 an hour. Then I worked in a sandwich shop. I think I was making $4.75 an hour. Then I moved up to waiting. I worked in a country club. And my husband, to be next to me, he was working as a valet, also in the same country club. So we could just spend the weekends together because we had to work
together
Friday night and Saturday night and Sunday. So we really didn't have much. We rented an apartment together.
Started from nothing.
Nothing.
From scratch.
Absolutely nothing.
I love those stories.
Absolutely nothing. And after I graduated high school, I went to community college first, and then I transferred to Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Also, so I was able to get my bachelor's degree in interior design, and I always had passion for design and art, and I was always creative.
So Olga, let's talk about present. Like, you moved to Florida. Why? To open up a business? Let's talk about business now.
I didn't open, I always wanted to move to Florida. One of the reasons, we actually had a condo in Sunny Isles when we lived in Baltimore, and we used to come to Florida all the time with the kids. So it was our second home. And one day I needed to go back home, and I really didn't want to go back home. I felt like I felt heartbroken. I felt like, why do I need to go back to Baltimore, even though we had a beautiful home, big property, and the kids loved it, but they always loved Florida. And I said to my husband, why don't we just move
here?
So
what was his reaction like now?
And he said, okay.
Oh, he loved it.
We loved it, and it took us a couple of years to find the property. We started to look in Sunny Isles, but then the school district was not as great. So we said, okay, why don't we look in Boca? And we came to Boca Del Rey. We fell in love with the area, and we found this home. And once we moved here, my son said one thing. He said, Mom, huge mistake. We didn't do it sooner. So the kids loved it.
They loved it. Good.
The kids loved it. So when people say, oh, Florida is hot, we don't really feel it. We have a boat. We spend a lot of time on the boat during the summer. Outside. So we don't feel the heat because we're in the water. And the rest of the time you're in AC, and sometimes sometimes it's actually hotter in Baltimore than it is in Florida. So
I bet it
because
is,
we have the beautiful breeze from the ocean, and I think the location is perfect. We are right between Palm Beach and Miami,
somewhere in the middle.
And one of the reasons also was that I really wanted to pursue my career in interior designer. I used to work for kitchen companies. I used to work for flooring companies as an interior designer, doing custom kitchens, doing commercial kitchens and high-end home kitchens, residential. But I felt like in Florida, there is way more potential because people have a different lifestyle. People here, they move from house to house. They either move to bigger homes or they downsize. And people here, I feel like they're more social. They like to have people over their homes. They care about the aesthetics of their home. And of course, there is a lot of real estate happening here.
Yeah.
We have a multi-million real estate business here that is happening right under our nose. So I'm also certified stager, real estate stager.
So I have to ask, because I think I already asked you before the show. I was like, what is staging? So let's explain to all the viewers what exactly means staging.
So as certified by the professionals in the industry, real estate staging is the phase that a lot of professionals like to skip here, because we had a market boom when Florida homes were selling as hotcakes and overpriced during COVID. Right now, it's a very interesting situation when there's a lot of inventory, but it's not moving as quickly because we got spoiled. But also, I feel like real estate agents got kind of spoiled because everything was selling so quickly. Yes. And there was a lot of unprofessional photos. The homes were not presented properly for the buyers. So as a part of my business, I work with real estate agents and brokers. And basically, before a house goes on the market, I come in with a consultation, and there is a process. I do a report for each client. It's an individual report. The report will have what needs to be done. Are there any repairs? And it goes area by area, starting from the foyers, because I feel like foyers, this is the first presentation when you walk into the home.
I absolutely agree with you.
It cannot be just brushed off and swept. There is a curb appeal that is also very important, and I also address that to both the seller and the agent. So they get a full report, what needs to be done. If there is any decluttering, I have, I hand out this information to both realtor and the seller. And then if they want to prepare the house, I can do the professional staging. We remove some of the furniture. I bring in my furniture. I rent some pieces.
With the approval of the owners, right?
Right. Sometimes it could be.
Do they usually agree, or they're like, ah, no?
It depends. It depends on the type of the property, and especially if people tried everything, like dropping the price, but they still are not getting any traffic. So it is very important to bring the professionals up to the game, and it is going to be a very different photos, very different presentation, and also a lot of people, they don't understand even the smell of the house when you walk in. As a buyer is so it's not just what looks like on the picture, it has to feel right. Because people are thinking about living, and they're going to be creating memories, and they're going to be, so it has to click, it has to connect. And as a professional, I try to create that space. So basically, it's kind of a feeling when you go to a nice, expensive hotel, and you walk into your room, and you feel like, oh my God, I could just live here. Let me just bring my toothbrush. And
feels like home.
It feels like home. My previous properties that we had, and I was able, our first townhome that we sold in Baltimore, when I said the price that I wanted, when I presented it to the agent who wanted to represent me, he was laughing. He said, "You'll never sell it for this much money." And I sold it for even more. So, because the people walked in, and they also had a small son, and I did a lot of decorating for my son's room. I did the wall mural because I do paint.
When it comes to painting, can we show some of your popular work?
Absolutely.
Like Should we start from the hallway?
Sure, because as I said, the hallway.
Let's show off a little bit.
Of course, I love to show off. So one of the things when you walk into the home, you want to feel this is the space that needs kind of a focal point.
Yes.
And you also want the design to be functional. So a lot of people have the shoes, they have the clutter, and I absolutely hate the clutter. So for me, I try to always put the piece that has the storage, but it has beauty and function. And this is one of my newest hobbies. And I also do custom work for this 3D art. So this is moss art, and I work with natural and also with man elements. So I've been using that a lot for my clients.
Do you sell it?
I make it custom for the space because sometimes people want certain size or they want to have certain palette. So I do them as custom, whatever the clients require.
We have more here, there.
We have this art piece that was actually, I just found this big canvas, and I felt like I really needed to work with it. So I created this abstract art. Initially, it was created for the client. But
somehow ended up in your beautiful home.
We sold it because the client moved overseas. So I said, you know what, we did. No, it was not hard to sell. I did 4 custom pieces for that particular client, and actually they were sold. 2 of them were sold separately. 2 of them were sold by the new buyer. But one piece, I said, you know what, this is going to work for my own home, so I took it. So this is a memory.
Beautiful. Yes.
This is one of my oldest pieces. So I worked on it back in when I was in college, and one of my classes I did have painting, but as I said, I've always painted. I went to art school back in Moldova, and Klimt is one of my favorite artists, so I decided to do the fragment of his famous work, and I ended a little 3D jewel pieces, just like he did initially. And I do have more. This is a piece in progress that I'm working on. A client actually requested this palette, so this is what I'm doing for her, and I might end up doing more. It's asking for a little more. I don't know what I'm gonna add, but
something.
Those are fun to do because I can make them.
Do you feel sad when you do the painting and then you have to give it and you spend so much time? Because I paint also, and sometimes when I spend all that time and I know I have to sell it and I just don't want to.
I don't feel sad because I feel like if I let them go and the person is happy, and because art has to create some kind of emotion in the person.
You're making
so you're making this connection, and if I can do that with my art, if somebody wants it, I actually feel very happy, and it inspires me to create more. Otherwise I'll just get lazy. There's one more piece, abstract piece, and so I just felt like, again, when I'm working on abstract pieces, it has to go with an interior. So this is the palette that I wanted to use for my own home. And as you see throughout the house, one of the things that I've always loved to do is mixing modern furniture and antique furniture, because my passion for antique furniture started when I was little. So that's why I have some of the elements.
Beautiful
I have
home,
classical chandeliers that I love, but I designed this kitchen. It's very functional. It has a lot of storage.
Beautiful.
And I designed it so I can cook and I can enjoy it. And
when it comes to cooking, okay, now I have a question. I just remember what about traditional food from Ukraine or Moldova? It's okay. Like, first of all, do you cook?
I cook a lot. I cook a
I'd love
lot.
to hear that.
I cook almost 2 to 3 times a day. Sometimes
bravo.
if I cook a little more, we can have leftovers only for one day. But my family loves to eat fresh, so I do cook a lot.
Bravo. So the question was, and Olga already started making something traditional dish from, is it from Ukraine or Moldova?
This is Ukrainian. This is traditional Ukrainian, and this is cured fat, pork fat. It's called salo.
Salo.
Salo in Russian, Ukrainian language, it's called salo. So, and of course, Ukrainians and Russians, because they're always sister nationalities.
Yes, I know. Similar in everything.
Goes very well with vodka. We're not gonna have that today.
Absolutely.
But
maybe after the show.
But Ukrainian vodka, they add pepper to it, so it's spicy, or horseradish, so it has a little more kick with it. But this is the pork fat, and it has we put a little bit of a pickle, and we put the red stuff. That's the horseradish. So you still need to kind of you need to have a kick to enjoy.
Yes, but do you use it? Do you use it as for breakfast, or just when you have some guests? And
no, we use it most of the time when we entertain, and we entertain a lot. Well, we call it when we have a lot of friends, and like when we do kind of gathering and barbecues, we call it Russian sushi. Just because it is just as much as Ukrainian as it is Russian.
New. We just learned
and
something.
Our friends here are both from Russia, Ukraine, Moldova.
Yes, of course.
We're all mixed here because we all grew up back in USSR when it was one huge, big, happy family. That hopefully will be one day again. But
yes, I know.
But this is what we enjoy, and my kids actually do love it.
They love it.
They do love it. My daughter was walking by, like, "Oh, can I have one?"
So what about traditional music? I keep on thinking about tradition. What about music?
So Ukrainian, Moldova has a lot of beautiful music. Actually, one of the most famous Moldovan composer wrote a waltz that was it won one of the UNESCO, and it was very beautiful. I'm not going to sing it because it's not a song,
it's okay.
It's a tune. But as Ukrainian, one of the most famous, I would say, Ukrainian songs that was adopted by Americans, it's one of the Christmas carols.
How does it go?
Na 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 na.
I know that. I know everybody knows that.
So everybody knows that. Yes. So that's one of the Ukrainian
nobody
songs.
knows that. That's why we have this show. That's why we have the show.
That's
to enlighten people all over the world.
I think America is the country of immigrants. So we all have a huge part. I think it's just sometimes we don't know.
Yes. But we love to, like we all came from different countries to United States, but we love to talk about past sometimes and tradition, and reminiscing about all those things, and the childhood over there. But there's a reason why we are all now in the United States of America, and there's a reason why it's called an American dream. Because, look at all this. Look at this beautiful home that you and your husband made, and you both started from nothing, from zero, from scratch. So this is what we like to hear. This is an American dream. People around the world, some of them, they don't like America, and they always blame America for this, for that. And it's hard to explain all those people that America, you cannot blame America for everything. First of all, most of those people never actually been to the United States, so how could you just blame them? And the reason why they don't like America is, I blame it on the movies, American movies, because in the movies, they're all about, we have millions, we have trillions, we have billions, we have this. But how about you start from the beginning, like your story? Like now you have everything, right? But you made it with your own hands. You and your husband started from nothing.
Yes, absolutely nothing.
You know,
and nobody gave us anything.
And nobody gave you. And look at this.
So if you work in this country, you will make this happen.
This is what we want to hear.
If you work, you will make this happen. And of course, we want our kids to have even better results because they're able to get true American education. They speak the language, but it's the country of opportunities.
It's the country of opportunities, bravo. Olga, thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna.
It was so nice having you in the Dona's World show. People will watch us all over the world. Don't forget to watch Dona's show, and we love you so much. Thank you. Ciao. See you soon.
До свидания.
До свидания.